Hello again, everybody. Welcome to USA Wrestling Weekly. I'm Scott Casper. It's time for this week's news from USA Wrestling, the national governing body of our sport. Well, it's been a busy week at USA Wrestling, and for those in the sport around the world, we of course continue to provide you updates on this program and on themat.com in our continuing efforts to keep wrestling in the Olympics. It's going to be a hot topic throughout this entire program. It was a week ago the International Olympic Committee Executive Board recommended that wrestling not be retained as a core sport at the 2020 Olympic Games. The worldwide response has been tremendous. The support for the sport, both immediate and massive. There's never been a hue and cry for the defense of a sport like we've seen. The world has reacted to this strong challenge to mankind's oldest and greatest. We need all of you sports fans to get involved and stay involved, so please do visit the new website designed to bring together the updated world news and efforts here in the U.S. and around the world. Check it out daily. KeepWrestlingInTheOlympics.com. And for those of you who are on Facebook, there's also a Facebook page called Keep Wrestling in the Olympics. Now let's turn our attention to the international wrestling scene. It's been a busy one for sure. Last weekend, FILA, the international wrestling body, held its regularly scheduled executive board meeting in Phuket, Thailand. And as you can imagine, with the IOC announcement, the meeting of FILA had additional importance. The wrestling leaders of the sport gathered to discuss the challenges facing the sport. And one of the first results, the announced resignation of FILA President Rafael Martinetti. The Swiss native stepped down from the position he's held since, well, for more than a decade. Mr. Martinetti was FILA's sixth president and been involved in the sport internationally throughout his entire life. Martinetti's background included that of a top referee and FILA vice president. Now, Martinetti took over the organization after the retirement of longtime FILA president Milan Ercegin of Yugoslavia. FILA then announced that Bureau member Nenad Lalovic of Serbia had been named acting president by the FILA Executive Committee. Lalovic serves as a member of the European Wrestling Council as well as on FILA's Ethical and Legal Commission. Lalovic quickly issued a statement to the world saying that FILA takes its responsibilities seriously on behalf of all wrestlers around the world. The new FILA will be willing to take the necessary steps for wrestling to remain on the core program of the Olympic Games, and he sees this as an opportunity which could be a positive turning point for the sport. FILA Vice President Stan Desic of the U.S. was selected by Lalovic as his assistant in the leadership of the group. Desic was a world champion in men's freestyle and served as president of USA Wrestling as well. Now, the organization also made strong moves when they voted to add 3 members to the FILA Bureau to guide the effort to retain the sport in the Games, included Jim Shear of the U.S., Alexander Karelin of Russia, and Pedro Gamofilo of Brazil. They were all voted in. Shear is currently serving as the commissioner of the National Collegiate Hockey Conference. He's the former CEO of the United States Olympic Committee, a past executive director of USA Wrestling, an Olympian, and a world medalist. Karelin, you know the name. He's a legend, a 3-time Olympic champ and 9-time world champion. They're joined by Pedro Gamofilo of Brazil. Served as the president of the Brazilian Wrestling Federation, which is in preparation to host the 2016 Games. We'll keep you up to date as this story continues to unfold. Now, let's turn our attention and focus to Tehran, Iran. That's where the Greco-Roman Freestyle World Cup is currently underway. The top 10 Olympic nations in both styles are competing at the International World Dual Meet Tournament there. Team USA has a strong men's freestyle squad in the event led by Olympic champs Jordan Burroughs and Jake Varner and Olympic medalist Coleman Scott. We'll bring you results from the World Cup on next week's show, so make sure you tune in. Meanwhile, here in the United States, USA Wrestling took immediate action to bring together the American wrestling community. A committee of Americans, respected wrestling leaders, has been gathered to develop and execute U.S. strategy to assist the international effort. Committee for the Preservation of Olympic Wrestling, or COPAO, has been formed to retain wrestling in the Games. Its public mission is simple: to ensure that wrestling remains as a core sport in these Olympic Games. COPAO is chaired by Bill Shear, who helped spearhead the effort behind Chicago's 2016 Olympic bid. Shear is a highly respected leader in the financial services industry. Former team leader for the 2012 U.S. Olympic Freestyle Squad, Mike Novogratz, was named as spokesman for COPAO. Novogratz is also chairman of the Beat the Streets organization in New York. Now, the work of the 18-member committee has already begun. Fundraising is underway, and all the elements of a successful plan are coming together. The committee includes business leaders John Bardis, Andy Barth, Jeff Levitatz, Art Martori, and USA Wrestling President James Ravanack. All have had lasting impressions on the sport and once again step up in its defense. Jim Scheer, newly selected to the FILA Bureau, has been included, a leader with vast international sports management experience. Wrestling legends include world and Olympic champs Bruce Baumgartner, Dan Gable, and Rulon Gardner, two-time Olympians Kerry McCoy and Clarissa Chun. Athletes one and all, they're also very successful leaders off the mat. Rounding out the amazing group, Executive Director of the National Wrestling Hall of Fame, Leroy Smith, PR professional Roger Frizzell, and respected attorney Michael Garabedian. They have a common goal, the preservation and promotion of the sport at all levels. We, of course, will update you as their efforts continue on behalf of this American wrestling community. Now let's go back to Phuket, Thailand. It was during those meetings in Phuket that FILA announced that USA Wrestling had been selected to serve as host for the 2015 World Wrestling Championships. Las Vegas, Nevada, the destination city. Scheduled for September of 2015, the event will be held at the Orleans Arena in the City of Bright Lights. It's a huge event that'll serve as the first and most important qualifier for the 2016 Olympic Games in Brazil. All three Olympic styles will be in competition amid the big lights. Men's and women's freestyle and Greco-Roman will all share the stage. In a combined effort, the 2015 World Championships will be presented by FILA, USA Wrestling, the United States Olympic Committee, and Las Vegas Events. Now, a number of strong bids were in play, but in the end, Vegas beat out the odds. Olympic City, Sochi, Russia, New Delhi, India, Tehran, Iran, and Panama City, Panama were all in the finals. In the past, the U.S. has served as host to 5 senior world championships. The most recent was in 2003 at world-famous Madison Square Garden in New York City. Atlanta, Georgia hosted in 1995, San Diego, California in 79, and Toledo, Ohio in 66 and 62. USA Wrestling National Events Director Pete Isaias talked to us about this tremendous opportunity.
Well, this process started 2 years ago, and we've got a great committee put together. We've got the USOC, FILA, obviously, USA Wrestling, and Las Vegas Events that put together a wonderful bid. And there was a lot of back and forth between us and FILA, but at the end of the day, they chose Las Vegas because I think it's a great tourist destination, and they're excited to come to the United States.
Well, folks, stay tuned. We'll be back. There's a lot more international news as we continue. Stay tuned.
ASICS has been there. They've been the lifeblood of the sport. It's been a long time, and they've been at the top of the game every year, forever. And I'll tell you what, now that I think about it, maybe that's where I've gotten my inspiration, because you know, I always want to be in the top of my game in wrestling, and I think that's where ASICS is and wants to be as well.
The 2013 World Team Trials for both juniors and seniors will be held June 20th through the 23rd in Stillwater, Oklahoma. This is your chance to see national champs, world medalists, Olympians, all competing to see who will represent the U.S. at the World Championships in Budapest, Hungary, and the FILA Junior World Championships in Sofia, Bulgaria. Visit www.theworldteamtrials.com for all your ticketing and travel information. ASICS is the proud sponsor of USA Wrestling's national teams.
Well, over the last 7 days, Team USA has competed in international tournaments in 4 different nations. Let's start in Kiev, Ukraine. 5 top American women compete against many of the best in the world, and 4 came home with medals. 121-pound 2012 world silver medalist Helena Maroulis grabbed the gold. 2 of her 3 wins were by pin, including an exciting finals effort over Tatiana Elmanchenko of Ukraine. Maroulis also beat opponents from Belarus and Hungary. 2012 world bronze medalist Alyssa Lampe claimed the gold at 105 pounds. Lampe also had 3 victories. She first beat fellow American Victoria Anthony and then went on and stopped Mariana Bezruka of Ukraine in the semis. Lampy finished her performance with a tech fall in the finals over Elena Veskrova of Russia. The score there, 6-0. 7-0. After her loss to Lampy, Victoria Anthony rebounded with 2 wins of her own and captured the bronze medal. She beat a pair of Ukrainian opponents in the wrestlebacks, including first-period pin over Marian Bezruka in the medal round. Nice job there. 147-pound junior world silver medalist Veronica Carlson was the other U.S. bronze medalist. She had a strong 3-1 performance, including a victory over Svetlana Ryskova of Ukraine in the bronze medal bout. National women's coach Terry Steiner talked about the results from the Ukraine.
Overall, I think, what I was happy about is how we competed. I thought that we definitely went in there with a presence and established an aggressive style of wrestling that I wanted to see, and the girls did a great job of getting out on the mat and going after points. So that was very good to see for me.
We also caught up with gold medalist Alyssa Lampy.
The first day, we had 2 golds and a bronze. I mean, that's almost as good as it gets. So, and then the second day we had a bronze, and we almost, Shauna Isabel almost made it to the bronze medal match. She ended up losing a close match to the girl that eventually got bronze. So, I think we all did really good.
Well, the U.S. men's freestyle squad traveled to Plovdiv, Bulgaria for the Dan Kolov International. The 6-athlete team captured 4 medals, including 3 gold. 2 individual champs emerged from the first day. Former Missouri star Nick Maribel championed up at 63. His tournament results carded 4 victories, stopping opponents from Macedonia, Bulgaria, and Mongolia in the preliminaries. Maribel closed it out with a 3-0-0-2-1-0 win over Turkey's Batuhan Demirson. Now, former Central Michigan star Win Mihalik took the championship at 211 pounds. In his preliminary action, he defeated 2 Bulgarian opponents as well as a rival from Romania. In the gold medal match, he stopped fellow American and 2012 Olympic gold medalist Jake Varner 1-1, 6-2, 5-1. It was Varner's first event since his victory in August at the 2012 London Games. Looking strong, his first 3 wins included a 2-2-2-0 semifinal victory over Germany's tough guy William Harth. While the U.S. team had to wait for the final day to gain their 3rd championship, former Iowa State NCAA champ John Reeder won the gold at 185. Reeder stepped up and put away 5 opponents, beating athletes from France, Bulgaria, and Moldova in the prelims. Reeder opened up with 2-period sweeps over Stefan Marzinski of France, Ivan Yurukov of Bulgaria, and Peter Yanilov of Moldova. In the semifinals, he had a 3rd-period win by tech fall over Polish strongman Mesej Balwender. Now, the gold medal match also went 3 periods. A victory over Namek Kormaz of Turkey was what it took to grab the gold. There's a lot more wrestling news around the corner. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Wrestlers, are you ready for the next step? USA Wrestling challenges you to test your skills at the USA Wrestling Cliff Keen Athletic Folkstyle Nationals. Become a national champion. Head to the Unidome in Cedar Falls, Iowa on April 5th and 6th to compete against the best wrestlers in the country. Last year's event featured 1,200 cadet and junior wrestlers from 32 states on 26 mats. For more information about this event and other tournaments, visit usawrestlingevents.com.
Each season, Liberty Mutual's Responsible Sports Community Grant Program awards $65,000 to youth sports organizations and school sports programs that demonstrate their commitment to responsibility in youth sports. Your organization could be one of our 20 winners this season. It's easy. Simply visit responsiblesports.com and click on the Community Grant Program. Administrators register their organization with the program, then reach out to rally parents, coaches, and team supporters to log on and review either the Responsible Sports Parenting or Responsible Coaching Guide. Then complete the quiz and showcase your mastery of the concepts. Every successfully passed quiz is worth a point that you can credit to your favorite youth sports organization or school sports program. Connect with friends, family, and neighbors supporters to rally more support. The teams and schools with the most points at the end of the grant period win. It's that simple. Watch the leaderboard throughout the grant season, then rally more of your supporters to increase your totals. Liberty Mutual is committed to celebrating and championing youth sports and to financially supporting organizations that demonstrate their commitment to responsible sports. Join the movement and start earning points toward your community grant.
Well, two other teams traveled to compete in one of the strongest wrestling nations on earth, our neighbor to the south, Cuba. Every February, Cuba holds a series of international tournaments. This year it was held in Havana. The Cerro Pelado International is the men's freestyle event featuring a variety of talent from around the globe, and in total, Team USA won 6 medals. Emerging freestyle talent Kevin LaValle captured a gold medal at 145. The former Bucknell star won 3 straight bouts, stopping athletes from Brazil and Cuba in the early rounds. In the gold medal finals, LaValle beat Sanchez of Cuba 0-2, 2-0, 2-1. Well, taking silver, 2009 U.S. World Team member Trent Paulson at 163. Paulson opened with wins over Lou of Canada and Quintana of Cuba, and in the finals he fell to Blanco of Cuba 3-0, 0-1, 2-0. The U.S. also scored 4 bronze medals, 2 on each day. We start with day 1. The bronzes there went to young talents Frank Pirelli at 121 and Devin Carter at 132 pounds. Both had impressive 3-1 records. Pirelli, the former All-American at Cornell, defeated Perez of Panama 3-0, 6-0 in the bronze medal bout. Carter, a redshirt All-American from Virginia Tech, defeated Peru's Abel Herrera 4-4, 1-1, 2-1. Carter's on a roll, having also recently won gold at the Dave Schultz Memorial. Now we go to day 2. Bronze medals went to a pair of wrestlers from the Cyclone Wrestling Club. They both enjoyed 2-1 records, Evan Brown at 185 pounds and Deron Wynn at 211 pounds. Brown beat Perez of the Dominican Republic 0-4, 3-3, 1-1 in the bronze medal round, while Wynn stopped Latour of Canada 7-0, 0-1, 3-0. Now, the Grandma Cup is the Greco-Roman tournament held at about the same time. Williams had pins in his first 2 bouts before falling to Lugo of Cuba 0-5, 0-1. A bronze medal went to 2010 U.S. World Team member Jake Fisher at 163 pounds. Fisher went 3-1, beating athletes from Argentina, the Dominican Republic, and Cuba. Taking 5th was USOEC heavyweight Parker Betts. Greco Team USA had been in Cuba now for 2 weeks for intense training. Invited to a second tournament hosted by the Cubans, the U.S. athletes competed with talent from a number of nations that were there for the joint training exercises. The United States won 4 medals in the second tournament, winning silver there for the U.S. 2010 U.S. World Team member Jake Fisher at 163 pounds, U.S. Marine star Charles Fish at 211 pounds, and U.S. Olympic Training Center resident athlete Robbie Smith at 264 pounds. Fisher finished with an impressive 3-1 record with wins over athletes from the Dominican Republic, Brazil, and Colombia, while Fisher fell in the finals to Bastida of Cuba. 2011 U.S. Open champ Jordan Holm won a bronze medal there at 185 pounds. Well, a large team of senior and FILA cadet U.S. women traveled to Sweden for the Clip-On Lady Open. After 2 days of intense action, the U.S. emerged with 8 medals between the 2 age groups. Providing great examples for the cadets, the United States won 5 medals on the senior level. Capturing silver for Team USA, a pair of college stars from King College, Sarah Hildebrandt at 121 and Julia Salata at 147. Both won a number of impressive bouts to make the finals. In the gold medal bout, Hildebrandt was pinned by world champion Sofia Mattsson of Sweden at 2 minutes 54 seconds. Salata was defeated in the finals by Svetlana Bushkina of Russia 0-6-1-4. Now, 3 U.S. wrestlers bounced back from losses to claim bronze medals. 2-time junior world medalist Aaron Golston won the bronze after a default win over Fredrika Pettersson of Sweden, that at 105 pounds. Cadet world champ Haley Agello beat Stein Moret of Sweden 1-3, 1-0, 2-0 to win the first bronze medal at 112 pounds. And 2-time senior world team member Jessica Medina got the second bronze at 112 pounds. She pounded Latvian star Violeta Ponovmajova 6-0, 5-0. Now, the two U.S. senior athletes who placed fifth with losses in bronze medal rounds were Jennifer Page at 138 pounds and Anastasia Leibsinger at 158 pounds. On Saturday, the United States won 3 medals in the FIDA Cadet, including 2 individual champs in the Doi twins of California. Let's start with Marina Doi, a 2012 FIDA Cadet world champ. She had a tech fall in the finals over Magdalena Boleshuizen of Poland at 83 pounds. Regina Doi, her sister, also a FIDA Cadet World Team member, well, she won all 4 of her bouts, including a victory over Aleksander Gareke of Poland, 4-1, 4-2 for the gold medal. Also winning a bronze medal there, Francesca Giorgio of Pennsylvania at 114 pounds. She had an impressive 5-1 record and beat an opponent from Poland in the finals. As you know, USA Wrestling is very involved with sport here at home and around the world. We're in the middle of one of the biggest events in college wrestling, the NWCA National Duels. This 2-week extravaganza started with 4 regionals over the weekend. The competition was amazing. The crowds came out to watch, and all 4 events were streamed live on Flow Wrestling. In the regional, hosted at Kent State, number 1 ranked Oklahoma State defeated Northern Iowa in the finals 39-7. They opened with an impressive 34-10 win over Kent State. The Cowboys recorded 6 pins on the day. In the regional hosted at Cornell, well, the host school, Big Red, prevailed over Nebraska 19-17 in a very competitive final. Cornell opened the day with an impressive win as well. Missouri won the regional held on its campus. The Tigers beat Maryland 27-13 in the semis, then stopped Purdue 27-15 in the finals. In the final regional held on Sunday, Virginia Tech defeated host school Oregon State 19-15. Virginia Tech opened up with a win in the semis over Oklahoma 33-6. Next, the winners of the weekend will join the 4 teams that received byes in the national duels. Iowa, Minnesota, Illinois, and Ohio State will now join the action as they compete for the 2013 NWCA National Duels title at Williams Arena in Minneapolis. The first round matchups will feature the number 1 seed Oklahoma State against the number 8 seed Illinois. Number 4 Ohio State will see action against the 5th seed Missouri. Number 3 seed Minnesota will face number 6 seed Virginia Tech, and the number 2 seed Iowa will face the number 7 seed Cornell. And the number 1 ranked Cowboys of Oklahoma State will enter with a 13-0 season record, while number 2 ranked Iowa is 18-1 on the year. The Minnesota Gophers, seeded number 3, are the defending champion of the national duels and hope to win their 2nd in a row on their home mats. Of course, we'll have complete results next week as this story continues to unfold. Wrestling news continues when we return. Stay tuned.
There comes a point in your life that determines who you are, whether you will lead or follow, whether you will fight or give in, whether you will win or lose, and what you will count as your victory.
Man, both of these guys are explosive, and it's not over. This is going to be a great match.
Well, last week we told you about some African Americans and their achievements within the international community. And as a follow-up during Black History Month, we thought we should share some of the other heroes not featured last week. We'll start with Kevin Jackson. He remains as one of the all-time greats on the international scene. A 1992 Olympic champ and 2-time world champion, his 3 world or Olympic golds ties him for the most gold medals among African Americans. Currently the head coach at Iowa State University, Jackson remains the first African American elected to the FILA International Hall of Fame with his induction in 2005. Next, we turn to legendary star Lee Kemp. A number of historic achievements he holds. In 1978, at the age of 21, he claimed a gold medal, becoming the youngest African American to win a world title. In total, Kemp won 3 world golds, the most of any African American. He also tied with Jackson for the most Olympic and world golds, and he's tied with Melvin Douglas for the most world medals by an African American with 4. More historic firsts include U.S. Marine star Greg Gibson's performance as the first African American to win an Olympic medal in Greco-Roman. He claimed a silver medal at the 1984 Olympic Games in L.A. He also had the most consecutive world or Olympic medals by an African American, stringing together medal wins over 4 straight years from 81 through 84. Now, the first African American to win a medal at the Olympics in women's freestyle was the great Randy Miller, an Olympic bronze medalist at 2008 Games in Beijing, China. Next week, we'll highlight more of the great African American stars as we continue our look at wrestling during Black History Month. Well, it's time for our USA Wrestling Photo of the Week contest. The pictures are sent in by wrestling families and fans and are being considered for the photo contests and USA Wrestler magazine and our USA Wrestling Facebook page. This week, our photo of the week was sent in by Jody Makowiak, showing 13-year-old Hayden Makowiak of the Navy Junior Club scoring a pin with a cradle. Nice job. Have your photographs considered for USA Wrestling's contest simply by emailing them to Gary Abbott at gabbott@usawrestling.org. Well, folks, that'll do it for a very busy week here. For all of us at USA Wrestling, I'm Scott Casper, and thanks very much for watching. Good night.